Earlier, Alexandra asked him about racing in the weather.
So weather and racing, Brian, really seem to go hand in hand. How does weather play a role in the car?
It really can affect the car. The one thing is that the stuff that it affects the car in a positive way, it affects everybody the same. The track will gain speed as the weather cools off. It gives more grip to the tires. You have more downforce. The air's a little thicker. You have more horsepower. The air's thicker going into the engine. But all that's the same for everyone. The trick for us is to try to figure out how to adapt our car to those settings. So it will make a car tighter, or it can make a car looser. If it's colder, it'll be tighter. If it's looser, typically it'll be hotter.
And what does tighter mean? What? The grip holds the road better?
No, basically when you go down the turn, you're turning left, the car still wants to go straight. So you're turning more, you turn more, and you turn more, and it doesn't want to turn. Loose is when you go down the turn, similar to on snow, and you turn the car and the back end doesn't want to go with you. So you're turning right and going left. And you want to be a little loose to be fast, but not too loose. So the weather really can affect the car. And then the biggest place I would say that we really follow the weather is during a race. If there's rain coming in, then the race could be called short. So instead of racing to 500 miles, we may be racing to 400 miles.
So you don't race in the rain at all?
No, we never race in the rain. Our tires only are slick tires, so they have no grooves in the tire, nothing to take the water away from the road to give the car grip. So once the rain comes, we're done. We have no windshield wipers, nothing.
So in terms of the tires, do you use different tires contingent upon the humidity or the sun or whatever it may be?
We may change the air pressure on the tire, but we can't use different tires.
You have to use the same tires all the time.
We have to use the same tires.
So it's really a science between the air pressure and the tires and what's the exact tweak of it. Do you make those decisions or an engineer?
I do not make it. I help with those decisions. The crew chief and the engineer will make those decisions, and sometimes those decisions will be based upon the weather. If we're practicing on Saturday and the weather's really cold and we know it's going to be hot on Sunday, then we're going to make the car tighter. We're going to put a little bit of a push inside the car, an understeer, to make the car drive a little bit better for Sunday. Because knowing when the weather warms up on Sunday, the car is going to be looser and it's going to have a little bit of an oversteer.
Have you ever? What's the worst weather you've ever driven in?
In the race car?
Yeah, that doesn't work for you.
Yeah, well, we've had races where it snowed before.
And you go in snow? Or you have
we have to stop. Yeah, we don't really race in the weather. I mean, it's probably, I guess the worst weather conditions we ever had was, it was 117 degrees when we started at California Speedway a few years back. That was a pretty hot one.
And it must get brutally hot inside the car.
It gets really hot inside the car.
So what do you do? Because you're in that big old outfit, right?
You sweat a lot.
All right. Well, so much from you because, it's such a science, isn't it? And the weather is so important to whether it is the air pressure or whatever it is with the car.
Yeah, I mean, it is important how it affects the handling of the car, but it affects everybody the same when it comes to speed and handling.
All right.
And here's a look at the forecast for the next few days at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Gradually warming up, few clouds in the mix on Sunday, but that looks like the warmest day, lower 60s. Take you coast to coast with your forecast, west to the east coast, coming up.